Shut up. There we go. All right, welcome to the Zones All Access, hosted by the Sports Center Pit Pass Edition. We have Braydon Boyd in the garage tonight. It's episode 28. First, we have to thank our team of marketing partners, our premier partners, Stay and Play Doggy Daycare, Whitaker Insurance Agency, J&S Concrete Pumping, Value RX Pharmacy at Tazewell, Hearthside Bank, Walker & Walker Construction, and Clayton Homes of Middlesboro. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. You're a junior now at Cumberland Gap, or will be. You have played multiple sports, plus you're a winner in karting, and you're just now starting to get into late models. Were your parents athletes, and if so, what did they do?
Yeah, my mom, she played basketball for Cumberland Gap, and she went on to play at Carson Newman for college. And when she had me, she quit. And Dad, he was never into sports. He played basketball in middle school. But,
Yeah. Okay, when did you start playing sports?
I was 4 years old, and I played basketball, football, and baseball.
What was your favorite?
At first, probably football, and then it, went over into baseball. So,
did you have a favorite team or a athlete that you liked growing up?
in baseball,
Oh, and sports.
I like the Boston Red Sox, and
Yankee man.
and my favorite player is probably Xander Bogaerts or Mookie Betts. I like him.
Mookie, yeah. What do you feel like sports taught you growing up as a kid?
I don't really know. I mean, you got to be patient,
That's a
especially
good
playing
one, yeah.
baseball.
It's a
You
good
got to
one.
learn to be patient.
What about your coach and stuff? What lessons did they teach you then that you think about now?
I mean, I can't really remember. It's been a long time. I had some pretty good coaches.
How do you feel about, you dropped a bomb on me, you're not playing anything over the Cumberland Gap this year. How do you feel about the programs over there? And I'm sure you felt comfortable in all of them.
Yeah. I like the baseball program. They've got a nice facility and all that. And Nate, he's a good coach. It's just all around good.
Do you keep up? Do you keep up with baseball and stuff now? Professionally, college?
No, I've never really. I mean, I've had a favorite team and all that, but I never really watched it much.
Yeah.
But no, I don't really keep up with it.
College sports. What would you say your favorite team was?
I never really watched college sports. I'm not big.
So you like playing them but not watching them.
Yeah.
Okay, how did you get into motorsports? Was it through karting or going with your dad, going with family?
Well, at first I'd go with my dad and mom because he raced street stock, and I'd go to the races to watch him. And then it was my 5th birthday, and he bought me a little junior champ car, and I ran a few times. And I liked it. That was it. Never said.
Who do you model your driving style after? Was there anybody that you watched, which would have been live at the racetrack?
Yeah. I always liked Scott Bloomquist. He's the best ever did.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, I wouldn't really say I drive like him, but he's who
What made him stand out to you?
He's just good anywhere he went.
Just one.
Yeah, there's only one of them.
How long did it take you on the go-kart track before you got your first win?
Well, whenever I started, nobody else ran with me. So I was just making practice laps basically every night up on Valley. I got back into it about 3 years ago, and I raced 3 or 4 times, and then a race or two into the next season, I picked up my first win. I think I won the rest of that season. I'm not sure. But
Who helped you right then? Learn about karting. Who took you to the race?
my dad, he's the reason for all this. He helps me a lot. And he just taught me, what to do, to wait, make my move, and all that. So he's taught me a lot about it.
Was it him or other people that showed you how to set a kart up?
Him, he'd ask other people for a little help, because it's been a long time ever since he was racing go-karts.
Yeah.
So he had to catch back up to the new stuff, but once he got used to it, I mainly learned off him.
Yeah. Talk about the first time you went out on the track in a race situation where you were racing a bunch of others. Were you nervous?
Yeah. Yeah, we set that cart onto the grid. I hopped in, was getting ready, and I was nervous as can be. But we ended up doing decent. I mean, we didn't win or nothing.
Yeah.
We did pretty good.
You learn a lot?
Yeah.
Did you ever surprise yourself with some kind of move on the racetrack and you just sit back and say, wow, that was good?
Maybe once or twice.
There you go.
It wasn't really nothing special, I'm sure. It surprised me.
Well, what was it?
Well, we was racing, and it was close, and about a cart length in front of me, somebody spun, and I just jerked it over to avoid hitting him. I thought that surprised me, because I didn't think I could do that.
Yeah.
Have that quick reaction.
Moving on, you're leaning towards late models now. You got one. What kind of late model is it? And what class you going to run it in?
It's a 602 crank car.
Great, yeah.
And the plan was we was going to race it this Friday at I-75, make a few laps, get my feet wet. And then once I get used to the car and everything, move more locally around Bulls Gap, Tazewell, and run crate.
So it'll be your first time out when you finally get out there. Talk about a typical race day, even going back to the karts. Let's go back to there. What was a typical race day? You got up, you went to the shop. What happened then?
Well, the day before, or during the week, we'd wash the carts from the last race, and so we didn't have to do it last minute. And then we'd get there on race day. We'd just load everything up, strap everything down, make sure everything's good to go, and head to the racetrack. And we'd get at the racetrack, get the tent out, get the carts out, and go from there.
Have you ever forgot something really important? I asked Richard Bailey this and said, yeah, he forgot the cart stand.
Well, we had everything, but this was after the race had done been. I think we may have won that night. I don't know, but we forgot to strap the toolbox down on the way home, and the toolbox fell.
Mess.
Yeah.
continue on with the race day. Qualifying,
Yeah, you'd go out,
hot laps qualifying, just like
you'd run 5 laps of hot laps practice, and then you'd go from there. So you could sometimes, if you made it back in time, you could go back out for the second time.
Yeah.
And you just use that to see what what the track was like, how it's going to be to set it up for qualifying. You'd run about 3 laps of qualifying, and from there you'd run a heat race, see where you started in the feature, and then you run the feature, and that was usually 15 laps.
Yeah. What adjustments could be made from the hot laps and qualifying to the race? What all did you do? Could you do to that cart to make it better?
You can lower the air pressure and all that. Then you could change tire prep. That's real big in go-karts. Tire prep, all about the tires. And then
legal.
Yeah, it's legal. But yeah, there's more to it, but it's been 2 years, so it's a little hard.
Did you build or buy your late model?
We traded the go-karts for it, and plus some cash.
Yeah.
So that's how we acquired it. We had a Masters built, but we just figured because we wanted to get rid of the go-karts, we was going to have to do that to put towards the late model anyway. So we just
what chassis is it that you're going to be riding?
It's a CBR.
CBR, nice. What's the differences that you can relate to from going to a cart to a late model? I mean, is it 100% world of difference, or is like some kind of baseline between them?
Well, I don't really know how good I'm gonna say anything because I ain't never been in one.
Okay.
But from what I hear, it's a whole lot of different than go-kart. There's a lot more stuff that can go wrong and break than in a go-kart.
And a lot more adjustments that you can mess up.
Yeah. A whole lot faster.
Yeah, for sure. Are you going to? You sold your stuff, but are you going to still continue to kart race when money or time allows, or are you think you're done?
For right now, I think I'm done with it. It really depends on. I like to move up in the late model. Go from 602 to 604, and go from there. Hopefully a super.
All right. What is your goal right now in late models? You mentioned moving up every now and then, but any other goals?
Well, this season I'd like to, even though it's my first season, I'd like to win a race. I'd like to win a race, and
that should be your goal.
Yeah, that's my main goal right there. Win a race by the end of the year.
All right, I'm going to ask you this question. What would you rather be, a famous athlete in a ball sport or a Hall of Fame late model driver?
Definitely a Hall of Fame late model driver.
Now, why?
I just think it may not pay the best, but I just think it's just a whole lot more.
Yeah.
I just like it a whole lot better than ball sports.
Got it. Who's helping you race the late model, and what sponsors do you have?
My dad. He's helping me a lot. My Uncle Rex, he's helping me. My stepmom,
Rex.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My stepmom's helping me. That's about all I have.
Okay, I know your dad likes you racing. What about your mom?
I don't really know. I think she'd rather me play ball.
Oh, I'm sure she would. Yeah.
But
definitely.
I don't know. I don't know how I don't really know how she feels about that.
My daughter asked her one time.
Yeah.
Talked to her about it. Back to sponsors.
King Dog Academy, Mike's Road Service,
Hmm?
Miranda Davenport Hair by Miranda,
Yeah.
Morristown, Tennessee, and Rex Coffee Custom Designs, and Cherokee Towing, and Complete Construction.
Is Rex doing your helmets?
Yeah,
He does some great ones.
he does. I like his work.
Yeah. Okay, tell us about the number on your race car. Is there any significance to it?
Not really. I mean, I ran 48 whenever I was a little kid because I was a big Jimmy Johnson fan. But as I got older, I started running 3 a lot,
Yeah.
because it's Rex's number.
That's what I was fixing to say. That was a perfect opportunity to make him happy.
It's Rex's number, Dad's number. Everybody thinks I go off of Dale Earnhardt, but
Yeah.
it's just it's been in the family. So,
What about your nickname?
well, it was Hollywood.
First, yeah.
It was
Tell us what it
Hollywood
was. Yeah.
Junior in
Hollywood
go-karts.
Junior.
Now it's just Hollywood. Figured I'd take the junior out of it. But Dad's Hollywood Senior.
Advice for people that are youngsters that are getting into sports first. Talk about what they need to do to better themselves in sports. What have you learned?
Well, they definitely need to listen to their coach. They definitely know they know what they're talking about. If they didn't, they wouldn't be there. But I just mainly say listen to your coach.
What about racing? Excuse me.
Whoever's helping you, just listen to it.
Yeah.
They'll just be patient. You gotta wait. If you go in the carts, you gotta wait till they mess up.
Are you the type of driver that likes to go online, look at videos, talk to people about setups, or you're not that guy? I'm just a driver kind of thing.
Yeah,
which are you?
Well, I don't really go online and talk to everybody, but whenever I work on my race car, of course, I just don't show up and drive.
Yeah.
So
good.
But I get on. I've got a few buddies that I race. And I like to get on there and have a little fun.
Who would you want to thank for helping you in sports, in karting, in the late model you're fixing to start up? Who all? And take your time.
My Poppy, he's helped me a lot. My Mame, she's helped me a lot. My mom, they've all helped me a lot on the ball side. They've helped me some on the race car side. My dad, stepmom, Rex, my Nana, Baba on that side, Cody Mallory, he's helped me some. My uncle on that side, on my dad's side,
Yeah.
he's helped me some.
What is there any current driver that's helped you or may have come to you to talk to you about racing the late model?
Not really.
Not yet.
No, of course I asked Dad, Rex about it. Oh, they drive, but no, I ain't had not a driver talk to. Really.
Have you asked Rex about all them pink cars that he used to run?
No, I ain't.
They were beautiful, but I figured you'd busted his chops over it. Do you remember?
Not really. All I remember is his Evil Knievel rap.
Oh, that's awesome rap.
He's big on them Evil Knievel.
Okay. If you find out that you can wheel that late model around the track, you're getting some finishes, first, seconds, thirds. What was a series that you got your eye on locally that you could maybe go around and not travel as far, but still get the experience of being in a racing series?
Well, I like to run, straight racing USA, but not right now. But whenever I get a little bit better and
Yeah,
get to
on down the line.
604, I like to run Crate USA.
What's the ultimate goal?
To run in the World Outlaws and Lucas Oil series. I like to. That's the main.
That is. What tracks are you looking forward to trying?
Well, any of them really, since I ain't been in one, but mainly Towson. I've heard mixed emotions about that.
Yeah.
People say that they love it, people say that they don't. But I like to try it out.
A lot of drivers, especially when they're starting, will go to a flatter or a bigger track. So if you make a mistake, it doesn't tear your car up so bad.
Yeah.
You thought about that and going to volunteer or something maybe to start out with, or
Yeah, we was going to go practice before I ran the car in a race at volunteer.
Yeah.
But we just figured why not just hop in it and go out. So that's why we're going to I-75, just to get the feel for it, get my feet wet, just see how I do.
You've watched several races at the Tazewell Speedway. What is your mind telling you it's going to be like?
Fast. Real fast.
Yeah.
Recently it's been real rough, and slick.
Yeah.
So just whenever I think of Tazewell, I think of a slick racetrack. It's a fast and slick racetrack. That's what it is.
Would you rather set your car up to run the rail down low or the wall up high?
I like to say run the wall. I'd like to run the wall, but maybe not this early, so I don't tear the rear end out of the car.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to give you the last word. Say anything you want to say to anybody, about anybody.
I just like to thank everybody, like my dad, and all my sponsors, and my mom, and all them. They've helped me, be where I am today.
Yeah.
I just like to thank you for letting me come on here.
Enjoyed it. What about thanking the people in your school that follow your racing?
Yeah.
Well, first off, you have a lot of fans that watch you in the school.
There's Mr. Snyder at Cumberland Gap. He likes to see me, likes to hear about me racing and all that. I think Mr. Hamilton does too, but he'd rather me be playing baseball.
Oh yeah.
And Nate.
David's a ball guy.
Yeah.
All right. Really, I know it's a long way down here, but thanks for coming.
Thank you, Brad.
Appreciate it. Thanks to all our partners and First Century Bank for providing our communications. Thanks for Braydon for coming down. And thanks for everyone that's watching and has watched in the past. We're going to have 2 or 3 more probably this week. It's going to be a busy week. Just be sure to watch us next time. God bless.